Welcome to Speedy Walkthroughs, where we show just the important stuff to beating the game. For first time viewers, this will look different to a normal walkthrough. It'll show just the essentials, so you don't need to spend a long time watching this video. Today we're playing Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. I'll be showing you how to get through the main game here. Before we get stuck into it, if you do end up finding this useful, consider subscribing to keep up to date, as it helps out the channel a whole bunch, and I should have videos like this coming out regularly. Alright, so let's get stuck into it. You'll start out the main story mode and go through a whole bunch of cutscenes, and you'll end up just in this main area. So one of the first things you got to do is go into the clothing store, so just change your hair. You can change it to whatever you really want to. And then you get some clothes, so you get whatever clothes you want to. I usually just go for the cheapest ones, because I don't really mind what the character looks like. Then we're going to launch through more and more cutscenes and get into the proper story. So basically what you're going to be doing is walking around looking for anyone with this sort of like red goal symbol above their head, and you can use that GPS up the top to help you navigate around. I won't go through all the goals in detail, but what I will do is show you sort of where to go in terms of getting to new maps and finding where new goals are located. There are heaps of goals around the skate park, and you don't have to do all of them to actually beat the game. But this first one here just involves grinding on these rails here, so you work your way through that. And then one of the really core bits of the game are those skate shop signs there, but we're not quite ready to do that yet. Eventually, with the skate shop signs like this, you're going to go up to them and they'll give you various tasks to up your stats. I'd be doing this every time you come to a new town or if a new day rolls over, and be trying to get as good stats as you can. So we're going to be doing the sponsor challenge here. So for example, the caveman there, you just press L and R and you get up off your board and do the caveman, or you could do grinding for 2 seconds. So that little planter down the bottom of the town is really good to grind on. And then you can just go around and look for more challenges. So ollie up 5 feet is a very confusing one, because you can see there I did ollie up 5 feet, but the trick with this one is you actually need to land on something after you've completed your ollie. So you can't just ollie up and then fall back down again. You do have to land on a surface which is 5 feet higher than where you started. So once you've done that, you'll get this little goal here where you get to kick flip over this dude. And then once you've done that, the story progresses on. So now you just could do manuals. Manuals will be up and down on the D-pad. One little thing, I would recommend playing Tony Hawk's on a D-pad rather than an analog stick, just because there's precise inputs in terms of diagonals or straight up and straight down that you want to hit. Alright, once you've done that, you want to farm some money. So if you go to any of these cash signs around the place, you'll get money from them. And then you keep going around looking for goals. So one goal here is a revert. You just have to hit R2 when you get into the ramp. And another goal over here, you've got to beat this guy on points. So in terms of scoring high in Tony Hawk's games, basically this is a strategy to go for. So you basically want to do grab tricks off a ramp. Now that's holding a direction with circle and spinning around. And then when you get onto the ramp, you revert by pressing R2. And then out of the revert, you want to manual. And basically that'll chain everything together in a combo, which means you're going to get a multiplier on your points. Once you've done that and you're satisfied, you can actually just then grind. And then if you're grinding, you can tap sort of like square, circle, triangle in various combinations to do different tricks. Or you can lip trick just by going up to the top of the ramp and hitting triangle. But to get high scores in this game, you really want to change stuff together into combos. That's how you do it. If you played a lot of the older Tony Hawk's games, the new additions here are, I guess you can, in a grind, just press buttons to change your tricks. In manuals, you can do the same eventually, but not quite yet. Same with lip tricks. We have spine transfers that you can do, and like back flips and front flips. But it plays pretty similarly to some of the older Tony Hawk's games. Also, if you want, you can caveman on PS2, for example. That's L1 and R1, and that gets you off your board and lets you score higher points. So this is cavemaning, for example, here. Now, with the guys that you smack in this goal here, all you need to do is sort of chase them around, and they're the red star on the map. And then once you get up to them, you just need to hit them with your board. And a cutscene will play out after that. Alright, so we'll work our way through this cutscene here. You'll hear about the American Wasteland Park, and then basically you have to go down to Mindy here and talk to her to do this goal. You'll be up here, and you just got to do point combos on the roof here. So an easy way to do that would be like a lip trick, and you just keep pressing circle, triangle, and square to change out your trick, and then you can get a pretty high combo pretty easily. Alright, so then the dinosaur statue will come down, and you're pretty much done in this area. So what you want to do is go up these escalators that have just opened up, and that'll get us to the next section of the game. So ride your way through here. The gimmick of this game is that they didn't have loading screens, although the way they achieve that is by making tunnels between the areas where the game just loads. So realistically, it does actually load. First thing you want to do in this new area, though, is open up the sponsor challenges. So this one wants us to manual for 4 seconds. It really is worth doing these sponsor challenges because you'll get better stats. And for example, with that manual one, now it's going to be easier to balance in manual. So that really will help out quite a bit. If you want, you can get some of these cash challenges. And although I'm not doing many of them here, it is really good to do the graffiti challenges because you will need to do a whole bunch later on. So that might be worth doing now if you want some extra money. Alright, progressing on, we need to go to this star here and we're going to be trying to get into the skate park. A little cutscene plays out and these guys are telling us we need to prove ourselves before we get in. So basically we just want to go around the town looking for goals. So a couple goals you might end up doing is this one here where you got to do wall plants and sticker slaps. Not too much to that one, you just got to do wall plants and sticker slaps. Here you got to do wall rides. And depending what difficulty you're playing on, there may be more goals or not more goals. It just depends. Alright, we got our parkour challenge here. We're going to like run up the wall and then hang and go across. And then eventually once you've learned enough, you can actually prove yourself. So they got the Nada spin here. You got to hold it for 3 seconds, so just do your balancing on there. And now that we've unlocked all those moves, the sponsor challenges will unlock a bit more, so I'm just going to do a couple more of those. This is a really good spot for chaining these wall run backflip combos, because you just backflip off there. I'm doing a couple of flip tricks. The easiest way to flip trick is just flip trick manual, and that gets you flip. Then we got to hold lip tricks. And then just keep leveling up our stats. 50,000 point combo, an easy way is just manual flip, and that'll do it for you. Next, we're going to do this goal here. So he wants us to boneless. Boneless is a really good technique to use in general. So whenever you come off a ramp, I usually do a boneless just to get that extra bit of height. And then we'll make our way back. So there's a little star challenge here. So we're starting to prove ourselves to these guys. Here we go do spine transfers with R2. And we go do back flips or front flips while doing the spine transfer as well as rolls. So that's how that all plays out. You gotta do bank transfers, which are very similar to spine transfers. And then we get a text. And we're going to keep proving ourselves. So we got a wall run off and Nada spin. Now, as long as you do this in the same combo, you're alright. So sometimes if I can't hit the Nada spin properly, I'll wall flip and then caveman and then Nada spin. A lot of the theme with Tony Hawk's games is when they're asking you to do 2 things in one combo, you can usually break up the combo quite a bit as long as you've actually done them in the same combo. You can do like manuals and cavemans to split it up and spread it out. Alright, so the door now opens up. And this is in that top corner of town up here that we want to go where that big green arrow is. And we're going to head into here. Once we get through this loading screen, we'll eventually get a cutscene that plays out. And we learn all about this skate park. And he wants us to sketch his dog. So basically what you got to do here is you've got to hold on to the dog for ages. And you're pretty much just like holding onto it and trying to keep your balance for as long as you can here. The dog will take you into various places, so it's going to take you into town here. And as soon as you get to these sections, you just slam it up for some wood, and then you just keep sketching the dog into the earlier area that we're in, Hollywood. Again, we're going to get some more wood, so once this guy gets scared off, you just beat up the sign there and grab the wood. And then he needs to go back to the ranch. So I'll play out the whole trip back to the ranch here, because if you're not familiar with this game, it's pretty easy to get lost. You basically just go back through this bit here, and then all the way up to the ranch, through the green arrow, and just in through this tunnel here. That's how you get back. Alright, so when you get here, another cutscene will play out. Just watch through that. And then we want to talk to Iggy and learn how to Bert slide. So essentially to Bert slide, you just hold R1, you slide left and right along this. You got to like turn for long enough to actually have it count as a Bert slide. And then you got to do this kind of really annoying Bert slide over the top of this ramp. But I don't know, it really is just trial and error here. I eventually get it, although it takes me many, many tries. Alright, after that you just watch a few cutscenes and you can grab it, you can hop in this car and just drive around anywhere you want in the game. So there's more skate shop challenges, so I'm just going to do a couple of those. And there is like a little goal here. So this guy will want a bunch of money, so make sure you farm enough money for him and he will sell you the dinosaur head. But I have to go and farm a few more. So you're just looking for the $ things and you're farming a bunch of those challenges. Once you've done enough of the challenges, you just talk to the dinosaur head dude and he sells it to you. And then we need to head back to the ranch. So you just go through here. And I'll do a few skate challenges on the way, but pretty much we just need to head back to the ranch. Alright, when we get back there, we'll have a cutscene play out. And basically, once that cutscene is done, you can jump in the car and head to Beverly Hills or go through the tunnel, whatever you prefer. And now a whole bunch of goals have opened up. So here, pretty much all we need to do is talk to this dude, and he wants to do this goal here. So we just got to sticker slap that. That's what you got to do for that goal. And if you do enough of the goals in this area, you'll progress 3 forward. So we're doing this goal with the statue. And this goal. Now, this is like really hard to actually press A fast enough, especially on the sick difficulty. Sometimes what I do is I use 2 fingers to press the X button. So I just go like pointer finger, middle finger, and just like alternate those to mash fast. That seems to work quite well. But basically just going around doing any of these goals that you need to do. They'll all be on your GPS with the little star. If you get the skate challenge for acid, like dropping down, what you need to do is jump and press R2 over a ramp from a roof. That's how you do that move. Alright, jumping back into this area, we just got to get various bits and pieces for the skate park. So this is sort of the loop of this game. You're getting pieces for the skate park. When you get back to the skate park, every new piece will open up a goal with Mindy where she wants you to trick on it. You don't actually have to do that to beat the game, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Alright, so going through, getting more and more pieces for the skate park. Now, eventually you want to come across this dude. Now, this dude will open up the next area of the game. So pretty much what he wants you to do is go over here and do a bank drop onto this car. He then opens up this area into downtown for you. So with downtown open, we can now head through there if we want to. So I'm just going to do some more sponsor challenges before that. And some more cash challenges. And we're heading into downtown. So with downtown here, we're just going to head out. And we're going to start doing a whole bunch of goals. So this is a loop, you just do goals. This dude want us to nada spin on the pyramid, so we just do that. And we'll find this dude over and over and do a whole bunch of goals. You'll never have trouble finding the dude because he's always on your GPS with stars, so just keep following those around until you've done what you need to. Eventually you will have done enough goals that you can progress on through. And this is the goal that will progress you through to the next bit of the game. So basically, if you can find him down here, this is the one. He will teach you how to use like focus and special. So you got to grind for a little bit to get special. And eventually your special meter will fill up. And you got to press L3. Now, I found this really confusing as a kid. L3 is clicking in the left stick. So that's what that button is. And then we do a special trick over there. And we want to farm a little bit more money because we'll need some soon. Remember, the money dude's not the only way. You can do those graffiti challenges, which I'd recommend because you will need to do a whole bunch at some point. And eventually you're going to see this green arrow open up. So you want to jump into this green arrow. This is the amateur skateboarding contest. So you want to head through here. Jump in there and you want to talk to this person. So this person will charge you a fee to enter the contest. Then you got to outscore everyone in the contest, and that's how you beat it. Eventually, Tony Hawk will be very happy with you and you win. Or they accidentally dob in Iggy to the police, so he's going to get arrested soon in the game. Alright, when you're ready, you can hop on the bus and you can ride back to Beverly Hills. That's the closest bit to the skate ranch. We basically just want to head back to the skate ranch at this point. So when we head back here, and you'll see the cutscene will play out. Alright, so after this cutscene, you just want to head in the car. And you're heading back to Beverly Hills. And this is where we're going to open up a new bit of the game, Santa Monica. So you talk to this guy, and he'll want you to trick on various bits of the scenery. Then he wants you to do a 4,000 point combo. And then he wants you to do a bunch of manual tricks. Now, this is where you learn how to do the manual tricks. So you couldn't have done those before this point in the game. Now, what you're going to do is lip trick on the hotel roof here. So just hold these lip tricks as they tell you to. You can boneless to get up on those lip trick things a bit easier. But basically, now that you've done that, this car park's open. We can head to Santa Monica. Now, we have this hectic manual competition. So we just go through that. And after the manual competition, you head through this escalator and you're in Santa Monica. So there's various goals to do here. So this one, for example. Now, a good way to do this goal is, it's really hard to hit the X on the bottom. But sometimes if you do the manual inputs on the stairs, like the up and down on the D-pad, that will still hold your combo and you can hit sort of the second to last stair and still get it. I've never actually been able to land on the X, so I've always had to do manual input, so like up and down on the D-pad before I land on the stair, and that seems to hold the combo. So that's how you do this goal if you're having trouble. I assume if you have enough stats you can get that goal, but I don't know, I didn't have enough stats at this point. So speaking of which, I'm just going to get some more stats here. And we have this Ferris wheel one, so you can just hold the lip on there for as long as you can. We have this one where you sort of go around. The line on this is a little bit counterintuitive, so you go around here and then you just jump straight across. And then we have this one where you're hitting the birds. And we got this one here where you got to do various tricks on the top rail up here. Alright, so once you've done that, you should be finished off. And you can talk to Mindy here to get this piece of the park if you want to. The park pieces at this point start becoming a bit optional. Like, you don't have to do every goal to get through. But this is the goal that progresses on the story. So you want to look through these binoculars and get the surfers with the balloons. And then he tells you to basically go back to Hollywood, which is where we started the game, after just a couple more goals here. So this goal is like really counterintuitive. Basically, like, to get this one, took me ages to figure it out, but you actually have to like skate around the other way on it. So let me show you where I got this. So yeah, this one here, jump forward and then jump onto there like that. So that's how you do the first bit. And then the second bit's actually easier. So you sort of just jump up here and make your way up. And it will take you a few tries to get the jump, but eventually you'll be able to get it. Like that. Then the third bit, similar jump that you wanted to do from before, and then you sort of just caveman off the edge there, just being really careful not to fall. There it is. And that's that goal completed. So yeah, he wants you to do like a pogo down here. And then you have a cutscene play out with him. And then, eventually he tells you about this alien suit thing that you got to buy back in that first town. So, realistically, you got to get onto the bus and then head into the first town here. And then eventually you want to go into the clothes shop once it opens and get your alien suit. It's basically pretty early on. It's in this shop here. Sorry, this shop here. So with the shirt there, you can get the alien costume as one of the shirts. So you wear that and then you bust back. And then we want to go to the Ferris wheel. So you make up like a new trick. And then you do that trick here. And that freaks out the Ferris wheel attendant. And so this starts opening up the new area. But I think we need more money before we can actually get on this boat and do it properly. So I'm just going to go back and farm a little bit of money here. And then jump back on the boat. So if you have $100 there, you can get on the boat. And then the boat sort of takes you across to this oil rig. And you can do various goals on the oil rig. So it doesn't really matter which ones you do, you can just do various goals across here. And it's pretty self-descriptive what to do for these goals. And after you've done enough, this cutscene will play. And you can do a few more goals here. And you got to get to the chopper on this goal. So I'll show you the path that I took here to get there. So you can take pretty much this path to get up there. It's a bit finicky to actually make it work properly, but something like this will get you up there. And then we transfer into that. And that gets us off the oil rig, which is good. So we're back to Santa Monica now. We can make our way back up to the bus thing. And we can go back to Beverly Hills. And back to the ranch eventually. Alright, so he's got the crane up there, so we want to get up on this crane and spray the bits to oil them up. Can be a bit finicky to get them, but you will eventually get it. And then once we're done with that, we want to hop in the car and go downtown. And there's like the goal that we need to do here is talk to these guys. Now this is what I was talking before about the graffiti thing. Like you've got to do some of that in every area of the game. So we got a little bit of money that we want to get, but we're mainly going to be doing graffiti throughout here. So there's a few different pieces that you've got to do in each bit. So you've got to get yourself like a tattoo in Santa Monica. That's one thing that you got to do. You got to do graffiti in every area, and you got to do like a whole bunch of other stuff. So here we're going to get the specific Black Widow's tattoo that we needed. You head back there. And if we talk to them again in downtown, just sort of around here. We need to like do manualing very well. So we're going to talk to this dude and do the manualing challenge, just manual through the flags. And now he wants us to do the graffiti thing. So it's kind of counterintuitive. He says you need tags from every area, but like it's pretty weird how you actually get them. Basically how you get them is you got to go and learn them from each area. So here we're looking for the little spray can symbol on the map. And once you find those, we just need to help him do the tag. So you just need to help him 3 times in every area. So there's this one and there's this one. And then we want to go to each area of the game. So now we're in Beverly Hills. So we're going to go to each graffiti area and do that graffiti. So this guy and this one. And then we're going to move on to the next area. So Santa Monica is the next area. We need to do 3 graffitis here. And then downtown is the next area. We need to do 3 here. And then you want to make a graphic which has all of them, and that's the graffiti bit done. So basically with your new tag, you have to tag all 4 spots that he does. So you get to those 4 spots. And then one of the last things you need to do is the bike stuff. So when you get on the bike, you'll get like a little tutorial thing. Just go through that. And if you're on the bike, you can come to this guy down here. and this guy here. And once you've done the bike and the graffiti and the tattoo and everything, you will be able to get through here. So you got to really like wall plant off here and it'll open up the little tunnel bit. So once you've opened up the tunnel, you can bike through that, and that's the new area. It's East LA. So again here, just follow the goals. So there's more and more pieces to get. And you got this one here. So this is the goal that'll progress the story. And he's stuck in the pipe there. Now it took me a really long time to figure out how the whacking worked on this pipe. So it was very like counterintuitive how it actually works. You've sort of got to go from like further away. It's a bit hard to explain, but you can see just how long I got stuck for it on here. But eventually the way that I got it was just by like standing further away and throwing a board from a distance. So that's basically what you got to do. Next we got this little goal here with the grinding. And you just keep going and cycling through goals in this section. Eventually you want to get on the bus here and head back to the ranch. Murphy will have a goal for you here, so you've just got to like shoot this dude on the crane. It's a little bit tricky to get it right, but you'll eventually get it. Alright, then you got to go back to Hollywood. And you got to deliver the money to this guy. You have a little cutscene play out here now. And then we'll head back. So at this part of the game, the skate ranch gets closed because they find out it's very valuable. And you're pretty much going to go through getting together all like the pro skaters to put a Save the Skate Ranch video together. So you want to go to every area of the game and sort of find all the goals with the pro skaters here. So Tony Hawk's first one, you go through his goal. And you can see we're just basically going back to every area in the game and finding goals in all the areas. So these won't be too hard to find. You just look for the star on the map, but just keep cycling through all these. And pretty much just go to every area of the game there. That's what you want to be doing. Couple in downtown here. Couple in Hollywood, Santa Monica. Got this little helicopter one in East LA. And we got this one here. Alright, then a cutscene plays out where people are very happy with the video that we've put together with all the pro skaters. So then they're talking about like a casino thing. So basically you want to go towards this star here in East LA. And you pay cash to get through, and that gets us into the casino. So the casino has various goals to do. It's a little bit hard to get up onto the upper floor of the casino here if you're not sure what you're doing, but there are some goals lower down. You got this one here where you're grinding. Get this one down here. Got this one with all the chips here. And you'll sort of see how to get up onto the upper area here. You basically just take the escalator up and go around the corner. But it's a little bit hard to tell how you actually get up if you don't know that. So we're just going to keep getting the chips. Then we got to do this goal with the swimming pools and the speakers. And eventually we'll get alerted that people are onto us being in the casinos, so we got to run out. And we basically got to get back to the ranch now. So there'll be people chasing us. We just got to make sure we get back there safely. So you see there's a bit of a time limit on top. So we got to get chased all the way back through LA, East LA, sorry. And just try and avoid all the people that are trying to get in your way. You can pretty much just follow the red star there. That might help. But sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. The bus won't work, as you can see there. So you got to actually go back normally. So there should be a tunnel here. That gets you back to this section. It should bring us back into downtown. Then from downtown, you just got to look for the other green arrow to get through. So this brings us back to Hollywood. Through Hollywood. Basically looking for that escalator near the dinosaur thing. So there it is. Which brings us to Beverly Hills. And then in Beverly Hills, you just go straight forward to the ranch here. Go up through this section. And there we go. And that's pretty much the game done. So there are a few optional goals you can do after this, but they're pretty easy to find. You just go around, look for red stars on the map. That's going to be it for this video, so I hope you found this useful, and thanks so much for watching.